What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Steven's Nerd Corner, and today we're talking Batman, Last Night on Earth, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. I just read it. I don't have the single issues. I read it in the Omni. But yeah, man, let's get straight into it. So yeah, getting straight into it, guys. Spoilers ahead as usual. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo on art. I mean, peak as usual. You know, that's our new 52 Batman team. But it goes straight in. I think it takes place around Rebirth. Just Batman, you know, going about his day. Alfred's still around, and they're like, oh, there's a dead body in the park, whatever, it's a kid, or there's a body in the park. What he goes to see, it's his, like, dead kid, whatever, and then cuts to black. That's it, right? So we don't know what's going on. Batman wakes up in an asylum, and basically the whole first couple pages is them telling him he's crazy. Nah, it's all you Batman. What? That's in your head. We knew about that. You dress up as Batman, you start beating the shit out of people and like acting all crazy. Like, you're a crazy person. You know, you're dressing up the doctors as these villains. You know, you're saying Dr. Jenny is Harley Quinn. You know, not actually, that wasn't an example, but you know what I mean. Like, it's this whole thing. Even Alfred is there. Even Alfred's telling him, no, you're sick. You know, you're crazy. You know, we're here to hope that you're doing better. Blah blah blah. But it's really good because they really go hard on it. Like, nah, you're crazy, man. Like, it's a couple pages that they're going on about this, which sells you on it. Even I'm like, damn, are they really trying to say that about Batman? Is that story that's actually just him, you know, in an asylum? Because it's in Elseworlds, but so I'm like, damn. But then, you know, Bruce knows Bruce. You know, he's like, nah, I'm Batman. I'm not crazy. You know, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not crazy. You know, he breaks out, he beats everyone. It's really cool. You know, he's like almost in a straitjacket. It's cool. You get him in like the cowl, but with the insane asylum. Oh my god, the insane asylum dress. You know, or garb. However, it's not a dress, but you know what I mean, like outfit. And that was just a cool visual, dope panel. But like the whole time, even like as he's beating him up and getting more like further into the asylum or further up, you're still kind of like, damn, I'm really like, even I was like, yeah, I'm really starting to think he's crazy now. Like, the further he was getting along, all it was proving was that, like, yeah, he is just crazy. So I was starting to get worried, like, nah, no way. I don't know if stories be dark, man. They're hard to read, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he gets to the top, and it's really not the case. Alfred tells him, you know, you're here to protect you. Please don't go out, don't, whatever. He climbs to the top. He's basically, I think he's underground, I'm not sure. And he gets to the top, and it's basically the world has been destroyed, and Alfred got Batman away from this spot to take care of him, or what have you. And then, like, when he gets to the top, he finds Joker, his head in a jar. So yeah, we got Joker in a jar. He's really funny. He's like Mimir almost, like from God of War. You know, Batman just takes him, kind of ties him to his belt. He's there just yapping away. Batman's, you know, like, shut up. He's like, yo. And that's like a funny kind of thing that persists. I think is through both issues. He keeps asking him if he can be Robin. Like, oh, you don't have a Robin. Like, can I be Robin? Can I be Robin? It's pretty funny. And but yeah, it's just Batman and him in this desert. You know, they're roaming around for a little. Then they run into Wonder Woman, and she's got like this tribe of people, and they're like hiding underground. This is the only place that's safe. We have to hide. And yeah, he meets up with Wonder Woman, and they're trying to figure out, you know, Batman, yo, what the hell's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Where's Clark? Blah, blah. Oh, he's they get into it. And Wonder Woman basically, you know, she breaks it down for us. You know, I think Clark was the first one to fall. We got this guy, Omega, who kind of took over. But the thing is, he has the anti-life equation. That's kind of what helps him take over. So, and, you know, he's basically rounded up all the other villains and what have you. And they're all gonna... blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, yeah, he's rounded up all the villains pretty much working for him, and he's been hunting down heroes. All the heroes have been hunted down, and that's the thing Diana's kind of trying to tell him, like, nah, the world kind of turned on us. It wasn't even really him. Like, he took over afterwards, which is really, then you're like, what? And I was like, all right, so y'all didn't even lose kind of to a bad guy. You just, nobody likes y'all no more. So he gets into that, and Diana's telling him, like, yo, yeah, basically I worked out a deal with Hades. I'm taking the surviving humans, and we're gonna chill in this little pocket dimension over there. We're gonna vibe out. And Batman is like, what? Like, we can't have this. You know, you made a deal with Hades. Are you crazy? Like, he's not gonna give that to you for free, pretty much. She's like, what? other choice do we have? You can't fight this. And I'm Batman. I'm gonna fight this. That's his thing. And that's why I love Batman. I'm like, nah. He said, what? I'm gonna see what's up, and then we'll talk about can we win or not. So that was cool. He dips off in the middle of the night. Doing his Batman thing. He's like, nah, I gotta see what's going on. He kind of gets to this place. I forgot how, but he runs into Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor is breaking down this whole thing about what happened to Superman, which is really crazy. And it's actually a really good, Superman moment, which is crazy. Lex says that, oh, we're gonna have a debate on why you should be good. Like, you're gonna take the side of why you should be good, and I'm gonna say, well, why being good serves no purpose, or why you should be a villain, pretty much. We're gonna debate live in front of the whole planet, because it's Lex Luthor. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stream it to the whole planet, and whoever wins, wins, and whoever loses dies, like, immediately, or something like that. It was some weird. It was a little confusing, but it was like interesting, because it was like, oh, it's a debate, and Superman basically like won the debate, on which is great, because it's always like, oh, that's hope, this and that. But and even Lex felt that, like, yo, he's like retelling. Lex was like, yeah, this speech blew me away, blah blah blah. But I don't know how it worked, but he had a trap either way. Like, he had basically trapped the whole planet to have like kryptonite spikes come out. I forgot how he like set it up. So right after the debate, like, Superman gets impaled, and I guess it kills him. Like, he gets stabbed, like, all these like kryptonite spikes that come out the ground. It was crazy. Like, he literally gets mounted up because he got stabbed so much. It's crazy. Which is always like, oh. So I'm that's pretty much how Superman died. But the thing is, Lex has been working on all these Superman clones, because that's how Batman runs into Lex. Now I'm remembering, because the Superman clone finds him, and Batman's all excited. Oh my God, Clark, is that you? And first it was the clone was cool about it. He's like, yeah, what's good, Batman? Yo, it's me, man. Long time no see. And then he started acting weird, and then he's completely on Lex's side. And then Lex loses control of him, and they're basically fighting all these Superman clones. And then they get into he beats him somehow. I'm so sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. He beats him somehow. I forgot, but I think it involves Lex dying. I think Omega shows up. They kind of get into it. Oh, and then Batman, they go back into the city. He starts fighting this guy. You think it's an owl, like a court of owl, one of the talents. And then Batman's like, wait a minute, I know that voice. And then he's like, wait, it's Bruce. And then the owl he's like, oh my God. And then it takes it off. It's Dick Grayson. So it's really cool. So he links up with Dick Grayson. Then we link up basically with almost the entire Bat family. And that's the thing that kind of messes it up. I think Damian is dead. I don't know when Damian's always dying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when it takes place in continuity, if he's probably dead or not. Like, right now, I think he's alive currently, but like, there was a moment where he's dead, and then he comes back, and then he died again. He's died a couple times already. But yeah, I think he links up. But Damian, we know, is already dead. And Jason, I think, is already dead. It's just Tim, Dick, Barbara. I think that's it, right? Someone else. Barbara and Dick, I think, have a kid. Then there's Tim, and then there's someone else. It's a pretty big cast. I'm gonna put a picture up. I think they'll all be there. But it's a pretty big cast of the Bat family. Really awesome to see them all again, and apocalypsed out, futured out. It's all dark, and you know how it is with the dark. I mean, I haven't even spoke about that Wonder Woman. Her design is pretty cool. She's got like this mohawk with this kind of cape, cloak type of thing going on. Wonder Woman looks cool, but it's Capullo on art. I've got to say that in every video. Anything with Capullo on art is amazing. Like, Capullo is probably top 5 for me. So, like, if you put him on a book, I don't know. He got it, man. Character design. I mean, he does Spawn, all these Spawn characters. And his character design is insane. I mean, some of it is Todd, I guess, but some of that is him, And all the stuff he did in Batman New 52 is amazing. I mean, this here is amazing. He never lets up. I've never seen a bad panel from him. So, Capullo's killing on art. Everyone here looks cool. All these new designs. Omega is pretty cool. Kind of cool. Nah, he's pretty cool. Like, he's like red with this black. It's kind of like a pseudo Batman. It's like, you could tell it's Batman, obviously, but I mean, you see why. But So they kind of get into it, and then Batman, he leads this his Bat family, basically, this new Bat family, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna charge the city. This is our final assault to change everything. And because Barbara and I think Dick are kind of like hesitant, they're like, nah, I don't. We're trying to just survive, man. You were the first one. Like when things went down, you died. Blah blah blah. Like that's why you were here. So and it's kind of weird how it happened. Like you'll see, like I'm a little confused on this Batman's existence in this universe because you'll see why. But so he goes right, and they're like, no, no, no. Batman wins him over. We can do it. He's got the Joker in the head. Like, yeah, man, let's do it. But can I be Robin? Which is he's there the whole time. Talking shit. It's the Joker. I mean, Scott Snyder knows how to write the Joker. It's great. So I didn't mind it. So he's still there talking his thing. But then they go and they make this assault on this, I guess, building castle, I guess, where they do. I forgot what they had to do to disrupt him, but they're trying to stop Omega. But the cool thing about Omega is like I said, he kind of rounded up a lot of the old villains. So we got like a Scarecrow, Bane. Yeah, you got Bane, and he's like Scarecrow's kind of like creepy on his back, kind of like Ferritor in Mortal Kombat X. So yeah, the villains show up, and this big, basically this showdown, and it's this big fight, and it's real close. All these villains show up, and it's a fight to the death pretty much. And Batman, he's fighting Omega, with this Joker head in the jar, and they're fighting and fighting, and they're getting into it, right? I think they're in an old Batcave, I think, right? Something like that. Is weird. They're getting into it, and Batman's kind of getting his ass whooped. Like Omega really knows how to fight, and then Omega's talking his shit, like you're supposed to take over for me, blah blah blah. And then he takes his mask off. We see. I mean, I think you could kind of tell it was gonna come in. I kind of could tell Omega was Bruce Wayne. So, cause that was the thing. Like, I guess when the people turned on all the heroes, like they went and they like ate Bruce Wayne almost. Like I don't know. He said they were beating him up, breaking his bones, all this type, ripping him apart, and all this crazy. They shooting him. Oh, I don't know. He looks all messed up. So yeah, he like hates humans now. That's why he's so against it. He was like, you don't know what they did to me, what it's like, blah blah. You know how it is. But the fight between him and Batman is really crazy, man. Like they're really like boxing. It's bloody. It's a Black Label book, I think, when it came out. But they're really boxing. And it's cool. Like Joker shows up. He's like, I was talking about being Robin. He gets this Joker. He gets this Robin suit that he found. Cause that was the thing. Like Tim broke his neck, so he's paralyzed from the neck down. But he found he made a machine that can be controlled with his thoughts. So the Joker like plugged his head into one of those robot suits, I guess, and it's all Robined out. So he shows up and he helps Batman fight Omega, and it's really cool. But Joker pretty much gets knocked down, and he's all messed up in his suit. He can't get up, and then Omega starts stomping his head out, and then Batman screaming, "Leave him alone!" I think Batman gets pinned. He gets like stabbed against something, because Batman gets his ass whooped, and Joker's getting stomped out. He's all bloody, blah blah blah. And then the real cool part about it, he has this really emotional part with Batman, and you think he's gonna die, and he's giving him this speech, and it's really cool. But Batman and Omega really fight it out. Yo, Omega like pins him with the like flagpole, pretty much. He stabs it into Batman. It's crazy. But yeah, the fight is really good. Batman beats him. Batman stabs him too, but they don't kill him. I think someone else kills him. I'm not too sure. Batman doesn't kill. Was it Wonder? It might have been Wonder Woman. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they end up killing him, not Batman. And they're trying to go, and then it's really cool because it actually has a really happy ending, which I like. It's kind of hopeful, and it leads off with Batman with Wonder Woman and then Joker in the Robin suits. And it's kind of cool. Like Joker basically, he's literally gutted, and he's just a head, and he can't even like really be evil no more. All he has is Batman. Like the world that they knew was gone, so it kind of makes sense. Like all he has is Batman, so he's gonna like be his friend and help him out. Like he has nothing. Everything else is gone. Like he didn't even have his body. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? How much of the old world for him is gone. So it makes sense. I really like that. You kind of get this Joker companion at the end in the Robin robot suit. That was dope to see. You got Batman. He's wearing a different suit by the end of it. It's really cool. It looks, I think it's a bluer like Adam West type suit. Really cool. He's there waiting for Wonder Woman because you see that Lex is trying to clone Superman. He's trying to figure out a way to get Superman, and they're trying to find the perfect one. Because every time he would do the ship landing for them, something would happen. They would be like too old, or the pod would be like 10,000 light years old, and it'd be dust, and he'd be dead inside or whatever. So there's all these messed up things. So I guess Batman took that experiment and fixed it. So by the end, they kind of have this perfect one. So they get a baby Clark. So you have Wonder Woman and Batman. They're gonna raise this baby Clark with Robin, suit Joker, and it just ends on a really happy note. And like I said, it was just a great story, man. Scott Snyder, he really knows Batman. It was just fun. Like he didn't have any like real restrictions with this being in Elseworld, so he just went crazy with it. It was a lot of fun. It was cool. Batman versus Batman is always fun, but the darkness, and it wasn't like over the top dark, but it was still pretty dark. You know what I mean? But it with a unique twist, because that's always the thing. Like everyone, I think, goes for the shock factor, the edge. But these, you don't have to go crazy with it as long as you kind of do an interesting take on it, or something unique, not something that's been done a many times. Like, oh, they're dead, or they got their head ripped off. Like some like crazy over the top violent isn't always the way to go. But if you could go some other way with it, kind of like Wonder Woman, or like something like with Joker, you don't really see it, but you see the after effects. Like, yeah, that's dark, but it's not like there's a panel of him getting his head cut off on some crazy, oh my God, look. But he's just a head in a jar, and you deal with that. So, like I said, a lot of cool, interesting ideas. I loved it. It's only like 2 issues long, but it's peak. Last Night on Earth, guys. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, the Dream Team, back on Batman. They don't miss, man. Simple as that. I mean, any book with Scott Snyder, I'm probably going to read. Any book with Greg Capullo, I'm probably going to read. So you got both of them for me personally. So it was already going to be read for me. So, but I love everything those guys do. They honestly can't miss. And it's a recommend for me, guys. If you haven't read it, go read it. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Check me out on Encore. Check me out on Twitter, guys. I'm doing a whole lot of posting, a whole lot, a whole bunch of books up for sale. I'm going to try to be at an event pretty soon, July 26th. So I'll check my Instagram for more information. Next video, I'll probably put some more information, or next week. Excuse me, my bad. And then also another big thing, guys, I got invited out to this event. This Thursday, 2 p.m. I'm gonna be invited out to watch Superman, so totally free. They're gonna give me a little goodie bag and everything, so I'm gonna go give you guys spoiler-free review probably that night. Go out and enjoy the movie. I'll give you the spoiler review the next day, probably Friday night, Saturday night. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.